Brian, thanks for sitting down with us today and having a chat about your football and the Tumby Bay Football Club in general.
Yeah.
I try not to embarrass you here too much, but your CV makes for fantastic reading. So, and correct me. Feel free to correct me if I get anything wrong here. But as far as I've researched, you commenced playing for the Tumby Mini Colts in about 1985.
Yeah.
Around about the timeline. And you're a member of the Minis Premiership team in 1987. Of course, there was no finals back then, but you could be credited being a Premiership player for the Minis. You then go on to play in the Senior Colts Premiership side of 1988. Then your A-grade career spans from 1992 to up until your retirement as an A-grade footballer, at least 2010. You played 269 games and boot 213 goals.
Couldn't quite hang on to it. Bruiser's got the crumbs now. No one really to aim for because Coad's in the road, plugging the hole beautifully again.
A-grade best and fairest winner in 1996, 2004 and 2005, and runner-up in 1999, the Premiership year. You're A-grade captain from 2001 to 2003. You play in a total of 9 grand finals, and you're a 4-time Premiership player, 95, 97, 2007 and 2009. You become a male medalist in 1999 when you tied with Ramblers Ash Warner. You were awarded Tumby Bay Life Membership in 2006, as well as being selected in the Tumby Bay Football Club's Team of the Century in the same year.
Gosh, yeah, straight to Coad.
How many times have Ramblers kicked the Coad?
My God.
After retiring from A-grade, you play in a B-grade Premiership team in 2011, and in so doing, become one of only a handful of players to win a Premiership medallion in all 4 grades for the Tumby Bay Football Club. So that's pretty special.
Knows how to tape his knees up too, Coad. Hands, lovely hands. Cromer, look away, handball to Frank. Something here. Has a look, chips up, looking for Lahane, lovely grab. In front, looks the handball, not there. Oh, come on, gotta be 50, come on.
Your representative football record is no less outstanding. Morlock Shield rep in 96, 97, and then from 99 to 2009.
For Ramblers, getting me out of rest, but Coad stood in for Tumby Bay. Both go up for it. Curtis gets the ball, kicks it forward. Looking for Sam Reed. Can't quite get it, but he kicks it forward. He's going to get the shepherd while Darcy Lunn picks it up. Good handball there. Bit of a wayward kick, but Primey seems to be able to find it. He looked to have passed off, but he's kicked himself another goal. So that's number 10 for Prime.
13 years in total. The most ever appearances by a Tumby Bay Football Club player at the Mortlock Shield. You are a Mortlock Shield winner in 96, 2001, 2002, 6, 7 and 8. Which is a total of 6 years. That's a tremendous record. I mean, if anybody went to the Mortlock Shield over the career and won 1 or 2, they'd be pretty stoked. But you play in 6 winning teams. You're also the Bampton medalist for the best player at the Carnival in 2002. You're Great Flinders vice captain in 2005 and joint captain with George Pedler in 2006, a year that you won the Mortlock Shield for Great Flinders. Eyre Peninsula rep in 99, 2000, 2002. 2004, 2005, 6 and 7, which is a total of 7 years, and once again the most representative or most appearances as an EP player by any Tumby Bay player in its history. You win the Peter Beard medal in 2004 as Eyre Peninsula's best player. So yeah, pretty impressive resume there, Brian.
Oh, what a kick to Brian Coad.
My God, have
I seen that before or not? Ramblers are kicking the Coady better than Tumby are.
Coad, yes.
Ramblers the Coad.
But he's making position. Oh, he's picked him out. One between.
Oh,
beautiful hands to Richardson. It goes around.
But I want to go back now to April 25th, 1992, your very first A-grade game for Tumby versus Cummins Red. Some of your teammates that day included fellow Team of the Century player Peter Burton, Captain Gavin Dunn, and 2 future coaches, namely Michael Harris and Joe Cross. Do you remember your debut game clearly or not at all?
No, not clearly.
Not clearly?
No, I remember probably, I think it was one of my first senior games, and I stood Neil Phelps, Butch Phillips.
Yep.
At Kaku, and then he showed me how to play footy all day.
Yep.
It was a long day for me.
He would have led you to the football, so it would have been a good learning curve at least.
And took off with it every time, but...
They need to even up the match by using the umpire. Bounce down.
Cody's recovered,
Lovely
grabs
work.
the ball, well done, good tackle.
Handballs to his brother Michael, on the left, one hand.
Yeah, as far as A grade, no, not so much. I don't remember the first
Well, let me fill in here a little bit. I can tell you that, and this is courtesy of Steve Girardi, that used to take the team stats every game. You had just the 3 possessions and relegated to the reserves after only 2 games. Not the start you'd envisage for someone that would eventually go on to play the most A-grade games in the club's history at the time of your retirement. You did, however, bounce back pretty quickly from that little hiccup, so to speak.
Time is ticking away. Centre bounce. Coad again. Lahane. Good get. Onto Dunn. No one can get him. The veteran. Onto Zimmerman. Snaps around the corner with the right.
Yeah, so you spent a bit of time on the resis, but that was only a bit of a learning curve, as you say, and then go back to the resis, get some form, and then back into the A grade. Having said that, was there a time, however, that you ever thought that, you know, I'm not really enjoying football, I think I might just retire from football altogether? Did that ever enter your mind, or?
No,
No.
I don't reckon it did. Like, it was a matter of breaking into the A grade side, what I remember of it, and
Yep.
Crossy was a huge help to me. Like,
Yep.
when he turned up and had full confidence in me and was telling me that you don't mature until you're 28.
Yep.
You'll be all right, just stick at it, stay with what you know, and yeah, he was really good, Crossy. He really gave me that little bit of confidence and
Yep.
polished a few things up and taught us skills that we really needed.
Well, that's a good segue into that's probably the reason I asked that question about sort of contemplating retirement. Is I can distinctly recall one night me and Crossy talking to at the red roof of the bar of the front bar of the hotel there, and you were sort of a bit downcast and you're sort of a bit of disillusioned with football, and it may have been more about you know, whether you really wanted to represent Great Flinders or, you know, go that extra level. And we sort of were trying to portray to you that you know, you could be known as Brian Coad, the mechanic, for the rest of your life, or, you know, you can really carve out a great career with a club and as you did further on down the track in representative football. And we just sort of thought, well, you know, if you apply yourself, you'll certainly have no regrets later, that you forge friendships not only with your club mates but with people that you play footy with at Mortlock or even EP football as you did.
Yeah, it was really good in that respect. I met so many people, yeah, especially EPs and the bus trips away.
As the boundary throw-in comes in, the big boys go at it. We've got Page and Coad. The ball again. Oh, Coad takes away the ball like a rover. He's thrown the ball out on the boots, and it's picked up there by Higgins. And Higgins comes on and gets the ball towards the full forward position for Tumby Bay.
You went on to play 269 games for the Blues. What kept you going for so long? I mean, that's, as I say, it was a club record at the time of your retirement.
No, the body was right. I never broke any bones. I mean, the ankles and stuff like that, but no knee rebuilds or anything. Like, I was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which is pretty amazing, really. With you know, obviously leading the ruck, you're getting hammered basically from the opposition ruck, and particularly when you're probably Tumby's one of their best players, and you know, it'd be an advantage to take you out of the game. So you're getting crashed into quite regularly. So to get through you know, a career pretty well unscathed is testament to you, you know, to the way your body held up.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, luck. And we used to train pretty hard though. Like, Tumby was renowned for being very fit early in the year.
Yep.
Whereas Ramblers used to get fit about September, didn't they? So.
Yeah, yep.
Backed up again as Cutterford running down the side, turned around, coughed the ball up, and Fleming with a bit of time, under pressure. Good quick hands. Cutter's still going with it. Isaac LeBrun somehow gets through the pack and busts forward, pokes it forward to Curtis, who's now come from the back line and back up the top. Into his brother Craig in the centre. Should have a good line up here. Coad down at forward. And big hands. Hard man to stop, his Coad being so tall. And Ramblers unfortunately losing Menard to some sort of indiscretion early in the piece. Coad lines up, should be pretty easy kick from there with that wind. Ball goes through, Coad with the goal on the board. Tumby moved to 2-5, Ramblers 2 points.
But yeah, they were good days. Pre-seasons on the beach and barbies and...
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon Pedler to kick out of that free kick. Coad takes a big mark. The options were limited and he was floating around there, so he's just so tall, you have to punch it out of his hands. He's shaping up to go long, he puts it up more than long. It's high, Micken punches forward, primes come through, give away a free kick in my opinion.
Living in a small country town, like if you're not involved in the local sport, you know what I mean, what do? You work and so I was very glad that we got into it as kids and stayed in as long as we could, I suppose.
Yep, definitely. 1999, you tie for the male medal with Ash Warner from Ramblers, but come runner-up by 1 vote in the best and fairest count for Tumby Bay. To the previous year's male medalist Sean McInerney. This obviously isn't the first instance in where of an association medal winner not winning the club best and fairest. We often see it at AFL and SANFL level. But were you a little bit surprised?
Not really.
Yep.
Macca had a massive year that year. He's by far, I thought, our best player.
Yep.
Yeah, he had so much of the ball and was so clean with it.
Yep.
And yeah, so I remember John Southern Senior, we were going to Ramblers change rooms for the Sunday count, and he's like, "Cody, you're going to win." And I'm like, "I don't reckon I am, so." And yeah, as it turned out, it did. But yeah, Souther was more nervous than me that day.
Yeah, right.
He was, this game here, it should have been. You should have got 3 for that one. And no, we had some great times with John Southern Senior.
Yeah, he always backed in his players. He was a great advocate for be the tribunal or just in general. He always backed his players. A little side note to that too is that the previous year, 1998, Sean McInerney, as I mentioned, won the male medal, but finished tied 3rd with yourself behind John Southern Jr. and Michael Cromer 2nd. So there just goes to show that just because you win your male medal, you're not going to necessarily win your best at club level.
It's the umpires versus your supporters.
Yeah.
Idea. Don't get me wrong, like I would have loved to have won more best and fairest for the club, but I was always somewhere around the mark, which you need to be. Like if you're a senior player or working your way through, well, you know what I mean, you have to be. Or yeah, my opinion anyway. Yep.
Next, I want to talk about the period, one of the more successful periods of the footy club between 2006 and 2009. Richard Horgan, a former Tumby Bay player, is appointed coach in the club's centenary year. Firstly, how did you feel about playing under Horgs and being one of the club leaders? Did you form a good relationship with Richard?
Yeah, instantly. Their family farm's close to ours.
Yep.
And yeah, knew of him. Obviously, he's a little bit older than me, but just had such a clear view of what he wanted us to do, how we wanted to play. How we wanted to act and look as a team, and it was a really good time. It was, very successful and, good days for everyone actually, the whole club.
You won't be bound out without a fight here. Long kick towards that outer side again. Hammer couldn't get in there. Bruiser outmarked by Cave. Over the back now comes to Coad. He'll set up for Tumby towards that half-forward line. Ricky Clark from the back, but it's Primey. It's taking the mark for Tumby Bay. 45 out.
Yeah, most definitely a very successful period. That season the side qualifies for the grand final, but as the case was all year, Ramblers were just a far better outfit and win the decider comprehensively. A highlight undoubtedly that year was Jay Shannon becoming the youngest player in history to win the Great Flinders Male Medal. What can you tell me about Jay?
Strong over the footy, like for a kid to have seemingly that much time to both sides of his body, just amazing to watch a kid do that.
Yep.
There's a fair bit of pedigree there. Like his grandfather and his mother was like tremendous at netball and basketball. And,
yep.
And Phil, like he played a lot of games.
A good player in his own right.
Definitely was.
But what did you feel needed to happen the following year to go that one step further? Was it more a focused approach on the development of some of the younger players, or maybe an influx of new players to compete against that more talented Ramblers team?
Primey turns up soon, doesn't he?
So he does. Well, that's probably part of the...
Something to kick to, and didn't miss many at all. And yeah, once we had him up there, it's a pretty simple game.
Yeah.
Put it there and watch the show.
Yeah.
Well,
as it turned out in season 2007, the Blues not only saw a lift in performance from their first or second year players, but secured the services of some exceptional players during the off-season. Players such as ex-NFL stars Chris Prime, Michael Curtis, and also the further recruitment of Paul Jefferson, Sam Reid and Brock Birkin, all of whom added a different dynamic to the team. Consequently, the team went undefeated that year and won the grand final by a record margin of 18 goals against Ramblers, with the undoubted highlight being male medalist Chris Prime kicking 14 goals for the game to reach his 150th for the season.
Coad lets Pedler have that one, gives it straight to James again. Pick up by Michael Curtis, gives it to Jefferson, handballs it straight out. Darcy Lund fumbles it a bit, picks it up again and kicks it straight to Shannon. Shannon looks to go into goals. Prime's there again, don't think it's quite going to get to him. Could possibly be. Is this the 150th? That's 150 for Primey. Primey's cracked the 150. And the Tumby Bay supporters are happy. They've been keeping count all season, and he's got the 150.
What were your feelings after this victory?
It was, tremendous. Like, we'd worked really hard. We'd had a great year, and it just iced it off perfectly. 14 in the grand final. Like, that wouldn't have happened in any footy very often, sure.
It is definitely a South Australian country record.
Yeah.
And of course, to beat your nemesis Ramblers would probably, you bet them in '99 as we've witnessed, but they've since then beat you in a couple of grand finals. So it was great to get one back on them.
Definitely was, yeah.
Yep. The side was just as dominant in 2008 and stretched its winning streak to 33 games, but unfortunately just fell short of making it back-to-back flags, losing to Ramblers at Tumby Bay Oval in the grand final. How deflating was that for your team and you personally?
I was devastated. Centenary year, we got the big dinner in the hall that night.
Well, actually, it was a centenary. It was a couple of years prior. This was a reunion for the '68 team. They were there to watch us, so I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And it was hot. We just did not start well, and everything they touched just turned to gold.
Very windy as well, which, I mean, we were probably suited to knock the ball on the ground. We had the likes of yourself, we had Jared Kemp, we had Chris Prime, Sam Reid, a lot of Sid Laurie, a lot of tall fellas that probably we would have benefited if it wasn't such a windy day. But, credit to Ramblers.
Oh, they played out of their skins that day. But I thought we were a far better side.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not. They cleaned us up.
Yep. 2009, I guess, was all about redemption, and it was no surprise to see the team finishing minor premiers with a 14-win, 1-loss record after the home and away games. During the year, you played your 250th A-grade game, a club record at the time. The other season highlights were Michael Curtis winning the male medal and Chris Prime recording 100 goals for the third consecutive year. After making light work of United Yolanda in the second semi-final, Tumby get their opportunity to atone for last year's grand final loss, with Ramblers winning the preliminary final against the Eagles. How confident were you of this, your chances in that 2009 grand final?
Yeah, as always, when we went into it, I always thought we were going to win. Yep. But hopefully start well early and get our game going, and because we were setting the pace pretty well for the last few years, so there's no reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah, after the siren sounded in 2009, as I say, it was all about redemption. What were you feeling after that one? Was it more relief?
kicks off the ground down the centre. Clark lines up, easy kick, punches at it. Prime.
Yeah, so a couple of questions, I suppose, relating to say we won that grand final by 11 goals. Who would you consider to be your toughest opponent and why?
Probably Mark North from Woodner.
Yep.
Just because of his athleticism, and he could jump. And 1 minute he's there, and the next minute he's standing on your chest. And
yep.
So yeah, it was always a hard day against him.
And that would have been at Mortlock level?
Mortlock, yeah.
Yeah, yep. So you opposed to him there.
And those Midwest sides, and the names are running around, and they're everywhere. And
yep.
I think Crossy had a long day down there once as coach.
He did. I think he might have held the record for the biggest losing margin, but I think he quickly redeemed himself by winning the Shield the following year.
He got him again, but yeah. I remember that day. Troy Olsen kicked a heat.
Yep.
Absolute heat. So.
Roy's done some good coverage of Troy in another interview, haven't you? What about some of the better players you played with at Tumby Bay? Some of your teammates that stand out?
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of on-ballers that, you know, I mean, your Maccas, your Griffo, Craig Curtis, Michael Curtis, like, but you have someone like Craig Weckett turn up as an agronomist in '95 and Guy Barnwell in the school, and away we go again. Like, It just seemed to happen in those years, so.
Yep, Michael Nobler, another one at centre half back.
Nobby, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen him for a lot of years. I bet you he hasn't changed much.
He hasn't. Well, actually he has.
Has he?
He's balding now, but look, if you come along to our reunion in a few weeks' time, he'll be there, so it'll be a good time to catch up.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
Another question here: who would you consider to be your favourite player to run out to on the ground? Maybe someone that you go to war with. You know, not necessarily the best player, but just the favourite player you enjoyed playing alongside of.
Oh, probably David Butler.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, just not a lot of him, but you got everything every time. Yeah.
Tough as nails.
Desi again. Now Desi's chance over the top of AJ and Butler in the back line, cutting it off for Tumby. Read that ball well. Jefferson in the middle. Goes straight on again. Fleming.
Hard at it, and of course you were a similar age. You come to schooling together, you play cricket together.
Yeah. Yeah, we were quite close there for a while. But yeah, he had Daniel and Josh Cave.
Yep.
Starting out then, and
over the back, Primey, good tap down. Well tackled there, Cody Pilgrim. Jimmy Shard was the one wrapped up there by Skibby. Another ball up, Jaffa Harris throw it up. Tap down again, Matty Forster's in everything, trying his guts out for Ramblers as usual. Luke Fitch, good tap onto Hammer, can he trap it? Away to Bruiser, here goes the coach for the Magpies. Kicks it in forward, Josh Cave in front again. Well done, Josh Cave.
Yeah, Uncle David's there, he was always there. Yeah. He used to cop it from the crowd, but it's fairly hard. Like they, I don't know, they must have seen something I didn't. But
yeah, he's probably a bit of an antagonist, but certainly you want a guy that you love to have in your team.
I'd rather play with him than against him, that's for sure. That is.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. You finish your career as a 4-time premiership player. Is there one flag that stands out more than the others that was more enjoyable or more satisfying?
95 probably, because it was the first one for a long time, and it meant so much to the club and the supporters.
Broke a 28-year drought, so.
Yeah, I was pretty young then, so we had a hell of a time that time. Yeah, out in, I reckon we ended up out at Aussies, didn't we, in the cheering shed out there?
I know that I was a little bit disappointed because I wasn't involved with the club, but good mates with Rexy Whittaker, and we had a function at the all 4 grades 1, 2. We have a function at the old our old club rooms, which is the RSL.
RSL.
Then there's a bit of an after party out at the racecourse, I believe. And then I'm sort of looking around and everybody's left. It's only 3 in the morning. I want to keep going here. And well, maybe you just solved the puzzle there. You've gone out to Aussies.
Well, I did wake up in the yards outside, and the sun was well up next to Fizzer, so yeah, we had a pretty good night that night, which we always did. But yeah, they're all good. Like everyone you win, and sticks in my head the one we lose and why, and nothing we can do about it now. But yeah, it was good times. Trust me, I'd do it all again in a heartbeat. I had so much fun.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah! Oh, Coad takes away the ball like a rover who's thrown the ball out on the boot.
In those 4 premierships, you were named 2nd best player in 95, 6th best in 99, 5th best in 2007 and 3rd best in the 2009 grand final. Did you feel as though your game went to another level when it come finals time, grand finals especially?
I always wanted to win.
Cody gathers the ball looking for a handball, gets a kick on the left, gets forward, Tumby Bay under the ball, get the handball onto Shannon, try to dodge the player, gets on the left, gone across the ground, probably should have gone forward.
For some reason, the actual grand final days, I didn't think I played that great.
Yep.
Personally, I'd wanted to do so much more, and it's just the way the day pans out for you, and that's footy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had some great winners like Jeffo, and
Coad gets it out.
Like he was phenomenal for us when he came on ball.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's always great when you win.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoys it.
Congratulations to Tumby. Brooke can have her say.
Tumby Bay have stopped Ramblers' run of premierships, stopped them getting 6 in a row, and they've got their first since '99. So congratulations, Tumby boys. Definitely an all-round effort from all of them, and they.
Cody, well played, Cody.
I mean, you obviously also had a magnificent representative career. Tell us a little bit about what it meant to you to pull on the either the Great Flinders or the EP jumper.
Great Flinders was great for me because we'd get down there to Lincoln and it's cold and it's wet, and you get Joe Dallas coming up to you and, yeah, boy.
Hey, boy.
You're playing for the Maroons today. And yeah, and the Phelps boys. And
yep.
Clifford, yeah, and Smarty, and it was a real tradition. Like, you knew just by pulling it on, you were expected above anything to do the job.
Yep.
For the boys, like, and we did.
Yeah.
We had a very successful career in that because we had great players. We were probably I think, the strongest league on the coast.
Yep.
So, and which we still go all right too.
So. Most definitely. Yeah. Well, we had recent success, so that's for sure.
Yeah.
And EP?
EP made me nervous right at the start how quick it was.
Yeah.
And then probably after 1 or 2, you get used to it. And
well, you got good players around you, so that sometimes can make it easier than actually club level.
Yeah. The skills are. You know, I mean, there's no missing. No, if you're not there, well, it's gone. Like you, you can have a long day running around if you want to, but. Yeah, we did all right at that too. Primary did pretty well. Like, he kicked a lot of goals. It's just that, I don't know what they call it, spearhead style, sort of 3 games in a day.
Yeah, it's pretty compact.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, yakka. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and once again, you know, the bus trips are legendary, and you know, the fun times had. And makes you want to play again.
It does. Because they consciously put you on a bus for 14 hours. So you play cards and meet all these guys, and hopefully you can, after Subway, play something like footy together. So.
I don't know how you go these days, Brian, because drinking on the bus has now been banned.
On the way back?
On the way back.
What?
There's
really?
A bus company out there that will take a footy trip with alcohol anymore. So there you go. That would have been pretty tough. Fairly tough these days.
Yeah, it would have been pretty tough to get me on it now then. Yeah, we had some really good ones.
Yeah.
The further the better, I think.
Yeah, well, I wandered to Broken Hill, and that's the best part of almost a day. And yeah, they're fun, and you get to meet people that normally you're either playing against, or if they're up the coast, up the peninsula a bit further, you don't even know who they are until you play with them. So that it's a great time.
Yep, and then you room in with someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started in the Scotty's hotel days, and that and all meeting back at the casino at midnight.
Yeah, great stuff.
Good days.
What about, what can you tell me about the coaches that you played under? 10 in total. You've got Tony Higgins, Joe Cross, Tom Phelps, Rex Whitaker, Bobby Harris, Tim Lahane, Troy Desfontaines, Craig Curtis, Richard Horgan, and your last coach, Chris Prime, who obviously you played with. Did you gain a little bit from each coach, or there was a standout mentor, particularly early, that moulded you into the player that you ultimately become?
I remember Super when I first started.
It's Tony Higgins, yep.
Yep. He was very keen for us to be two-sided. Take a footy with you, cart it around all day. Just get used to it. So, Crossy was very skill-based as well, which was great. Like, why fight to win the ball and then just turn it over? So, probably those two. But Rexy was one in, all in. Like, it was, we were set and we are going to win this thing.
Yep, and you back each other to the
Yep. Yeah, so that was good, as was Hawks. As for a favourite, I probably can't pick between them.
They all, as I say, they all added something to your game.
Yeah, especially road running in January and Tumby. Loved it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Not.
Well, actually, probably a good segue to the next question. What about your inclusion to the Tumby Bay team this century? Did your selection vindicate or justify all those hard yards on the training track, the pre-seasons, the injuries, the cold winter's night at trainings, etc., etc.? Is this the one? Is this one of the most treasured achievements in your extremely decorated career? Yeah.
I'm very proud to be a part of that and being aside with those names that are everything to the club. Me personally, I probably would have thought there was someone else in the ruck, or previous to me. But I'm quite happy.
Yeah, as you should be, and very well deserved. What do you miss about the game the most, if anything?
Straight off the boot of Ben Quigley, and it's a mark to Brian Coad.
After training beers with Sutho.
Yeah, good.
In the trainer's room. Just what you get from being part of a team, and you know what I mean, which you think at the time it's going to last forever, and then all of a sudden it's done.
Yep, it's all over.
Yeah, you got bowls or golf, I suppose.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and do it again. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Brian,
thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks for the chat today. You're an absolute Tumby Bay club legend. So
there's a lot of them, mate. I'm just still around, I suppose.
Good job.
Thanks, Derek.
Well done.